So we come across the road from where we're staying, the little rooms where we're staying, and into this little restaurant here. She said we're having Indian food, beef curry. I went, oh, that sounds a bit risky.
And consider how much money they get, how much money they get paid. They don't do a good job, I'm sorry to say.
Very careful, I'll have to cut that out now, otherwise we'll get sued. They'll kick me out of No, that was Dave who said that, not me. He'll kick him out of Thailand. Now he's decided he's going the whole... Look, that's a blind hill there. Look, there's a car coming towards him. Oh! Jesus Christ. What's going on over here? Look, there's a big amount of excitement over here. Durian's just arrived. Look at this. They're all checking it out. Who's going to get the best durian? So we've come across the road from where we're staying, the little rooms where we're staying, and into this little restaurant here. All Thai food, no Western food at all. So you'll be stuffed if you don't eat Thai. But look at that. Sitting here watching the sun going down. Dave's busy with his translator there, sorting out what he's going to have to eat. I don't think he trusts or doesn't believe. Oh, she's telling him what's on there.
Don't seem to see that 1, 2, 3, so it's 1, 2, 3. That one there. No, that should say beef curry. Beef curry.
Yeah, but it's not the one, the beef curry you can eat, but that's the jungle.
Jungle one.
Isan.
It's not like Vesta beef curry. Do you remember Vesta?
Yeah. It's not red curry.
Let me tell you a little story about Vesta beef curry. So, when I was a kid, I swear to you, absolutely, honest truth, I didn't have any foreign food until I was probably 10, 11. And I'll always remember, I came home one day and my mum was really excited. She said, oh, we're having some foreign food tonight. I said, what are we having? She said, we're having pizza, Italian food. I'd never had pizza before, but anyway, there's me picking the onions off, fussy little git that I was. But that was my first taste of foreign food. Then, I don't know what was going on at that period for my mum. I mean, maybe she was going through a change or something, but week after that, I came home, she said, we're having foreign food again. I went, really? What are we having? She said, we're having Indian food. Beef curry. I went, oh, that sounds a bit risky. And when I looked, it was like packets of powder going into water, boiling a bag rice. And the beef, I don't know, it didn't really look like beef. It was kind of like that stuff that they, I don't know, they mix everything
ration
up.
Packs.
That kind of thing, I would imagine, Never been in the army, but still. And I ate it, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad, and that was it. So that was my experience of foreign food. So you can imagine what it was like when I first came here with Pook. You know, all right, the first time I came to Thailand, I was on my own, and I was just eating in pure Western restaurants. Once you come to Isan and you're eating out with the family,
that's a different experience.
Absolutely right, yeah. You're trying all these different things and trying to get used to the spice. I'm still not that great with spice, but I'm getting there gradually. Tell you what, I'm going to turn this around now while I'm waffling on, because the sun...
Is Mom out on the bed?
She's fine, I want her in the picture. Nice silhouette, tell her. And we've got the sun going down. Let's just have a look over here. See, little tiny road running through this village. All these little buildings on the hillside here where you can rent. If you're down on the beaches, get a plane up to Udon, Thani, and then just get a hire car or whatever and come up and visit some of these places. Where we're sitting now is just 3 hours away from where we live in Udon, Thani.
And it's totally different.
It really is. Absolutely different. So you've got this. Then you've got Udon Thani where we live, which is, it's not as spectacular the scenery as this, but there's still some beautiful scenery.
And also, they could actually fly directly from Bangkok to Loei Airport, and then hire a car, and then travel
here.
do that straight away.
The other thing is, and I'll probably keep on saying it, but you're surrounded by good, decent people all of the time, I'd say. It's very rare that you come across people who are not very nice. Very rare that you find someone who's aggressive, unless, of course, you're down on the beach and there's some few blokes getting drunk in the bars or whatever. That's the only place you really get aggression. Last night we went to the local shop, got chatting to Den. A Thai guy called Den.
Who's with a towel wrapped on him because he's just come out of the
He's just got out
shower.
of the shower, he had a towel wrapped around him. It was a little supermarket. And and you're constantly coming across things that make you laugh, things that are kind of unbelievable, things that you probably wouldn't experience anywhere else. But again, that's the joy and the excitement of being in a place like this. It really is.
Already.
Dave's having a beer, very rarely drinks. Pookie's on her soda. What are you drinking, Oat? No whiskey tonight.
Some beer.
Unusual this time of night. You're usually on a bottle of whiskey, aren't you? I'm joking, of course. Oat is the epitome of a Thai lady.
Is and woman.
Very petite,
Don't smoke,
very
don't
polite,
drink.
doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't swear. Well, unless Dave really gets on her nerves.
Just be listener.
Yeah, she's a listener, a good listener. The epitome of a perfect Thai lady.
The only other time I've seen a sunset like that is Lake Garda in Italy.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got 4 hill ranges.
Okay.
And as the sun goes down, it goes from light to dark to dark to dark.
Oh, I see.
And it's the only time I've ever seen it. And this is the second time in my life I've ever seen that. 4 hill ranges going from light to dark as it goes away.
I'm looking at those clouds to the right as well. That cloud formation looks lovely with the sun shining on that.
Beautiful.
Oak should start up an online photo gallery, you know. Her photos are really good. She's really quite artistic with her photographic work.
Can't see no rain there.
Thai Tourist Authority could use that. Pook, I think, Oak, I think you should get in touch with the Thailand's Tourist Authority. Set up a picture gallery because your pictures are very good, and tell them they can use them. You know, they can use them to advertise parts of Thailand. You don't often see these places advertised by the Tourist Authority, do you?
No.
David's just dropped us off at this temple here. I think this is the last one of the day. We're going to be heading back to Udon, Thani. And he said this one's really special. He said more special than anything else we've seen. So he said to us, all take your shoes off, leave them in the car, and he's going to drive down the other end. Apparently this goes on for quite a long while. You go through all these different buildings and different stages. And he said rather than you walking all the way back to get your shoes, he's put them in the car and he's going to drive down the far end and meet us down there. He's got it all organised, everything's sorted. And he said this one is absolutely more than the others, more spectacular than anything else you've seen. So I'm looking forward to it. As we're driving in, I don't know, it just kind of had a Chinese influence. I don't know why. Actual structure. I'll tell you something. He did say to me, Kev, you like woodwork and you appreciate wood carvings. And he wasn't wrong. Looking at these panels, they're absolutely amazing. They really are. And these as well, these little pieces they've used to hold the eaves of the roof up. Again, beautifully carved, all of it. You see this again, this is that other style of temple building where they've got the wooden tree trunks as the main uprights. Usually you see concrete pillars there or brick, but this is all wood. The cross members are wood as well. Everything, in fact, every part of this is made of wood. It's spectacular, it really is. All of this is carved, and it's not just rough carving, it's fantastic detail. Look at the toenails, the lines on the toes, everything. Look at this mouth. Again, look at these hands as well, look. Fantastic, every little line, every detail carved in there. From when we left home to travelling up here, this is our 3rd day. That's the first police officer we've seen in all the journey. The journey up here, you don't see any highway police. None just very rare to find them like hiding in bushes trying to catch your speed. No, we're seeing an increase in speed cameras, but what does that tell you? I know what it tells me. It tells me that there just isn't the level of crime that you find in the West. It seems like, unless you've got a police officer on every corner, back in London anyway, and I can absolutely vouch for this because I was in London all day, every day, and police officers everywhere, just looking out and knowing that there could be trouble. I know that a lot's changed since I was there. You've still got the police officers, but in many instances they're not interested. Well, I say they're not interested. It seems that they're not really enforcing a lot of the laws that they could. That's what I see coming out. Well, what I hear from friends who still live there as well. But here, very rarely do you see police officers about. Very rare. Every now and then you'll get a checkpoint on the road. Coming up to New Year, you'll get more checkpoints where they're breathalyzing people for obvious reasons. But just run the mill, in London it used to be called Bobby on the beat. You just don't get that here. And I honestly believe it's because of the overall decency of most people that live here and the lack of crime. Am I walking around with rose-tinted spectacles? Maybe, but it's my observation. And if crime really was a problem here, I'm sure I'd be experiencing it or seeing it a lot more, hearing about it a lot more from people that live around us. But you just don't get it. This is really nice. You're coming down this walkway that takes you down. David's driven round now and he's waiting down the bottom for us. But coming through here, they've got all of these pictures depicting certain times in Buddha's life. But what I love about it is they've got it in Thai, but they've also got it written in English, explaining what each picture's about. I know we're in Thailand and so often it's like, oh, I wish I knew what that meant, but being able to read some of this as we go through makes it so much more interesting, understanding what these are about. Right, we're on. So we're just following this driver here. You do see some, I don't know, how can I put it? Erratic driving in Thailand, sometimes very, very inexperienced driving. He's slowing right down there. So this guy, we're following him down the hills here and just seems to be bouncing between that hard shoulder line, going across that double yellow line in the middle there. Now back over that side and we're going to get to the bend here. Might slow down, he might hit the brake, hits the brakes on a slight bend like that. I don't know if he's drunk. That's not tired, he's not falling asleep because it's just constant every single step of the way. It's real terrible driving. I've got to blank out the number plate on this, obviously. Look, he's on the wrong side of the road there, and he's got a bend coming round, a blind bend. Look, he's on the wrong side again, and he's going over that. Oh no! And maybe he thinks now the yellow line's hard shoulder. No, hard shoulder's that side. Move over. Maybe he's a ex-Formula 1 driver, and he's trying to cut the corners. You know, just keeping it as straight a route as possible. Ignoring the lines, just getting the straightest line, the fastest line possible. Pink said you should warn them, you should flash them, you should let them know. But what can you do? You can't. You've got to go, he's on the wrong side again. Look, he's right on the wrong side now. He's got two lanes on that side. That is so dangerous. He's giving that motorbike plenty of room.
Yeah, motorbikes are right.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah, he's decided he's going the whole... Look, that's a blind hill there. Look, there's a car coming towards him. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think I heard...
We need to do something.
What can we do, Pookie?
You got to beep them. Give him a stop.
Give him a stop.
Yeah.
It says police officer
No.
Pookie.
Yeah.
What if he pulls a... What if you give him a stop and he pulls a gun? Pookie? Pookie?
Yeah.
What are you going to do if you give him a stop and he pulls a gun?
Yeah, pulls a gun. Yeah.
What will you do?
No.
Stop them. Just take
Driving quite fast. Is he going to hit the wall?
You nearly hit that.
He's over the other side.
I'll keep my distance so I can brake. I know what
Well, no,
I'm doing.
we're not at a dangerous... there's enough distance between us and him to be able to stop.
ไปเลยเหยียบไปเลยเหยียบไปเลย
Stop here. Stop here.
He's fine. Yeah, he's drunk.
He's drunk.
Yet another pit stop. We've been to this coffee shop a few times now when we've been in Loei. And if you're in Loei, I'd highly recommend this. All of these recommendations we're giving you. But again, look in the description. You'll find a link to where this place is. And it's called 2029. All written out in Roman numerals. Coffee and bistro. They've got some great food here, good coffee. It's not expensive, but it is real upmarket. Beautifully decorated. Let me take you through here, show you where we've been sitting. There we go. I'll have to keep talking because otherwise I'll get a copyright strike. They've got a little bar there, they're doing drinks, and it's right on the edge of this. I think this is a moat that goes around the city centre. It would have been a fortification many, many years ago. But beautiful place, beautiful ladies. 1, 2, 3. Nung, Song, Sam. And of course I'm drawn to that computer behind them. That's just as beautiful for me as well. Wonderful piece of kit, it really is. So, if you find yourself in Loei, come and try this place out. Really is good. Phenomenal place. Great pastries, great food, great coffee. So that's it. I think we're done now until we get back in Udon, Thani. This is lovely, it really is. Nice temperature today, not too hot. Bit of cloud, shielding us from the bright, intense sunshine. So, one more stop on the way home. And that is when we get home. It's within the place we're going to next. It's within 15 minutes from where we live. And that'll be it. That'll be our few days break over. But the good thing is, the wonderful thing is that here you can just zip off on holiday whenever you want. Few days, week, few weeks, few months if you want. It's very inexpensive and you can do it any time and you don't need a massive budget either. Another part of the joy of living here in Thailand. Okay, we're about an hour away from Udon, Thani now. We stopped off at this marketplace here. Dave calls this the real Isan market. It's, you know about Thai people eating quite a delicacy as it goes. Field rats. When I say field rats, I'm not talking about the ones that are in the sewers in town or anything like that eating rubbish. The ones that are out in the rice fields. And it's quite a delicacy eating those wild rats. You can buy that kind of thing here, you can get all the bugs and everything. But this is what, chunk up, this is what I like. This honey, just taken straight off of the honeycomb. And you can buy it here. It's not cheap, but it's top quality, it really is. And very, very healthy. So I'm going to grab a bit of this now. They've got bottles of honey here. This is the honey lady, by the way. And yeah, this is the place to come if you want like a real traditional Isan market and you can get pretty much anything here linked with Isan. So this is it, the final stop we're making before we go home. We're at the gallery, which is very, very close to where we live. 15 minutes away, 10-15 minutes away, and it's one of Dave's regular haunts. He's here pretty much every Friday. Really good food, everything we've ever had here, always been top notch, never had a problem with anything at all. Service is good. Guy who owns it, Kevin, lovely guy from England. And again, look down the description, you'll find a link down there, but highly recommend this place. And yeah, come along and give it a try. And that's it, we're done. We're finished, we're home. And need to get back in the swing of things tomorrow. Pook, we're off to the gym tomorrow, are we? Yeah? You sure? And we're going to start a 3-day fast soon as well, aren't we? Excellent.